Hey, you're awakening. You're wonderful. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us for Stay Free on Russel Brand. You might be watching this on Twitter. Ooh,
dear,
Twitter.
careful.
Did you get verified? You might be watching this on YouTube. Do the WHO know you're there? Does your mum know you're out this late? Or you might already be watching us on Rumble, the home of free speech, where no matter what they tell you, this is a place where people can come together in peace to share opinions that potentially might damage the onward march of an authoritarian movement that seeks to dominate the globe and prevent you from communicating freely. We're going to be having a look at the departure of Tucker Carlson from Fox and why the Pentagon is so delighted. Sometimes I think this about radical liberals and whose views I respect and in so many cases absolutely align with. Why are they happy to be on the same side of the Department of Defense and the Pentagon on any sort of issue at all? Like when you imagine Woodstock, the late 60s, the civil rights movement, the great hot stirrings of the summer of 68, a countercultural movement, the women's movement, all these powerful voices, they weren't in alliance with big businesses and with the state. They were anti-establishment. It's so extraordinary to me how things have changed. We're going to be talking to Max Blumenthal from the Grayzone a little bit later. We will not be able to have this conversation on YouTube. I think it would be dangerous even on Elon Musk's Twitter, even within his great citadel of free speech. Would you be able to openly talk about 9/11 and the CIA? There's a link in the description. Click over to Rumble. We're going to be talking to Max Blumenthal, a fine journalist, founder of the Grayzone, about recent revelations I can't go into here. If they're true, it's another one of those things where the conspiracy theorists had a point. And how many of those have you seen lately? But before we get into that potentially contentious story, Sacre Bleu! France is... What's French for fire? Do you know any French?
Not a thing, no.
Well, you're supposed to know stuff like
Am I?
that. I look at
Okay.
you and I think you would at least know a bit of French because you can play a certain instrument that has French in it.
Yeah.
Why can't you speak even a word of French? Not even... Call yourself an on-screen assistant? Is that what your credit is now?
I don't know what it is now.
Let's have a look at what's going on. Let's have a look at what's going on in France. It looks actually like riots because people have been lied to. Let's have a look.
Tonight, tensions boiling over in France. Hundreds of thousands taking to the streets across the country.
That French copper.
Yeah.
Go back a bit and have a look again. That French copper booted that bin himself. That! You're meant to be... There's no need for that. You're in the police force. A lot of people are posting words for fire in France. A lot of people say it's fuego. That's Spanish. You can join us on Locals. Press that red button. Become a part of our Locals community. They're so friendly in there. They talk about anything. Spirituality, mental health, conspiracy theories. You know the sort of things people talk about. It's lovely in there. They're all kind to each other. Hello, Stone Owen. Hello, Meady. Hello, all of you. You can join the Locals community. You get a weekly guided meditation. You get to learn more about the community. But now, for a French copper kicking a trash can, let's see him.
Streets across the country, protesting against President Emmanuel Macron's move to raise the retirement age by 2 years to 64.
There you go. Ongoing riots and discontent in France because the people there have seen that democracy isn't working. They were rioting outside the offices of BlackRock, weren't they, Gareth? Because they know that this is about centralised finance usurping the process of democracy. And I'm always struck by this, that we are one planet in limitless, potentially infinite space, and on the same little planet with essentially the same kind of interests. And I'm, by the way, not suggesting that there should be centralized power, far from it, decentralized power at every opportunity. But on the same planet, there's those riots and there's the Met Gala, which I don't know if you know this. It's sort of like people dress up in outrageous outfits. Have a look at this footage from the Met Gala the other day. People are dressing up as mouses, as cat. Look at this. I think that this is the lad at Dallas Buyers Club. Yep. He got himself all nice and thin. He's actually tried to start a cult, I think.
Leto, isn't it?
Yeah, he played a thin... No, it's Matthew McConaughey.
He's the one that got
He's been on our podcast before. I like Matthew McConaughey. He's a good actor.
No, he's great.
He is good, isn't he?
He's not who's inside this cat.
It's the other lad.
Yeah.
It's the other lad at a Dallas Buyers Club.
That's it.
He's dressed up as a giant mouse. Look, what's he?
No, it's a cat.
Right. This just in. Matthew McConaughey's dressed as a mouse. That's no less stupid than what's happening. Jared Leto out of Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
Joker. He's dressed up as a cat. Why? Why is that happening? Like, just in your mind, hold the image of that French copper kicking a bin because French democracy's been usurped after all those revolutions and guillotinings they've done. Look at the Met Ball. It's mental. Have a look at this whole story. It's crazy.
At fashion's biggest night, the cat is out of the bag.
Mr. Leto!
This year's theme, an homage to the late Karl Lagerfeld, known for his signature black and white designs.
How, like they went signature and they showed Karl Lagerfeld doing a signature, then they went black and white designs and they showed a black and white picture of him. Like, not every word needs to be illustrated with an image. It's too much, isn't it? It's too overwhelming.
They were catatonic about...
What? Like a tonic, a cat. It's too much. Like, this is an homage to Karl Lagerfeld at the Met Ball. These things I remember, because I remember when I used to be famous.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say it like that.
No, I remember it. I was there for a lot of it.
I was being famous, and like things like that Met Ball would happen, and I've never been to that.
Oh, you didn't go to the Met Ball.
But when I was married to Kate Perry, I remember she went to that, and I was like, "Oh, do you have to go to that thing?" But she wanted to, and that's her right as a free individual, of course, and she did go. And like everyone goes there, they all dressed up like that. It's like, it's mental, isn't it?
Yeah. What was your reason for like staying home? Just you fancied a night in or something?
I don't like things like that, mate. Right. I don't like things like that. It makes me nervous.
Did you maybe like you bought a curry or something? You're like, we'll have a night in. Don't go off to the Met. We'll have a nice night in.
I'll have been doing something. So I'm not trying to say, oh, look at me, I'm normal, because I'm strange in so many ways. Right. But like when it comes to that, I don't like it.
I think you are pretty normal. I'll be honest.
Am I?
A night in with you is about as far away from that as
I'd rather
possible.
watch football, have something to eat.
Little curry, got your trays.
Got my tray on my lap, like when we watched Man City, Arsenal. Yeah, mate, if you want to put a cushion... look, I'll be honest with you. My tray's already got a cushion built into the tray.
Get an extra cushion, put it on.
Put it
on
your
little
tray.
Tip from me.
So they can have that for free. Like, I know, because you can't. That's the thing with doing this job all day long. NATO is corrupt. This war, we're being lied about. You can't trust the pharmaceutical industry. We're being censored and surveilled. But when you're going home, you're just like a normal person. Right, kids? And they don't talk to you. What did you do at school? Tell us something. Tell us something that you did at school. Like, they won't
you
tell
went to the Met Gala?
I'm just back from the Met Gala. Dallas Buyers Club was dressed as a giant cat. Like, what? What's going on? Meanwhile, France is melting down. It's too confusing. Life's too confusing. Look at the rest of the stuff they're wearing. Like, there's a bit where it goes, Karl Lagerfeld really liked dressing up in pearls, so everyone there's got loads of pearls on. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe in head-to-toe black and white.
Oh, nice. That's stupid, isn't it? Like, that's what you wear at a pantomime.
Item on Russel on fashion.
I once went to Africa because of Ollie. Like the country was called, I think, Uganda. I think it was that country within Africa.
Comic Relief.
It was a Comic Relief, British charity to raise money for all sorts of stuff. Anyway, I went there and they took me to this rubbish dump, and it was so depressing. I nearly had a mental breakdown just being there half hour, and people lived there like little kids were there foraging in the dump, and I couldn't get into the right mood. You know how you're meant to be on a telethon. Like, for just £1, I was like, that's not going to work. £1. This is mental. This is not going to be reversed by donations. This is evidence of a systemic problem. We're going to have to radically... No, just say, send £1, dial 0181. You know what I mean? They're trying to keep it on that tip, but I was having a mental breakdown. So, like, then the next day, because I was, like, in, like, my mad world of Hollywood and all that stuff, I was in, like, a John Galliano fashion show in Paris. Wow. And, like, it was too hard to hold together the images of all of that mad suffering in Uganda and then seeing, like, this show of John Galliano where there was these beautiful bubbles full of smoke and people marching down a catwalk. I thought, hold on a minute, this is the same planet. This can't be right that this is happening. Something is deeply systemically wrong if you can simultaneously have that level of suffering. I tried to envisage it as one individual. If it was one individual, like a female who was like putting lipstick on her face and was all beautiful, and then you look down like her leg and it was all sort of had all maggots in a hastily amputated stump, you'd go, you've got to sort that out. Yeah. Well, yeah, like all beautiful, but then hastily amputated stamp, all maggots in it.
You should get someone to paint that. That'd be nice.
Paint it.
Yeah,
I bet AI. Get ChatGPT to do it. Do it now. We're talking about AI because even the fella, right, this is the news. No, this is paraphrased news. Google man, the godfather of Google.
That's right.
He said he regrets everything he'd done. It's gone too far, AI, and he wished he'd shutted it down.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's he's gone, I've gone too far. It's gone too far. But before, we'll talk about Google man in a minute. We're going to talk to Max Blumenthal later about, I mean, I can't believe it's true, but you know the story, CIA, 9/11, all that stuff. Let us know in the chat how you're feeling, baby. Let's go. Someone here saying, I'm sorry for your mental illness. Sensitive heart. It's all right. I don't mind. My mental, look, there is no harm in being maladjusted to a maladjusted world. It is ordinary to suffer in a world where the value systems are so out of alignment with our evolution, where our diet is out of step, where our lifestyles are out of step. If you're like, this is fine, I like this, then I don't know, man.
We've all got to be a bit mentally ill to be able to process this kind of imagery with then France or Ukraine or Uganda or whatever it is. It's incredible that we can do it and then just get on with our lives.
Do you remember the Oscars they done the year of COVID and they sort of did it in some weird basement? Yeah. But they still did the Oscars.
Yes, yeah, right.
Out of respect, we're doing the Oscars, going to do it down an alley. Don't do the Oscars anymore. If you either give me one or stop them. One of those things.
I guess the place where the two kind of come together was that what we spoke about yesterday, which is that White House correspondence ball, whatever it is. It's the kind of the way in which like show business and this kind of ridiculousness come together with the politics.
This is where at that White House Correspondents' Dinner is where the consensus is achieved by the centers of administrative power, aka the president, and those that are supposed to report on it. It ain't that long ago that, like, sort of like Woodward and Bernstein are like, wait a minute, we're going to bring down these sons of guns. But now it's like, all right, what do you want us to write about? What questions don't you want to ask? We'll give you the questions in advance.
We've got this celebrity to our table, like Ryan Grimm told us about.
Ryan Grimmy Grimm, he was on the show. Was that yesterday's show? Yeah, it was an amazing show, but he did admit to giving Jesse Walters an almighty kick on the tip of the prinkle, didn't he?
He did say that, yeah.
I don't think I'm being unfair when I say that that's what he admitted to. Also, there's another one of these stories that's a bit like that odd coagulation of paradoxical imagery, but we'll work that out after we've seen this lady in this outfit.
Kristen Stewart, Vanessa Hudgens, and Jenna Ortega sticking to that color scheme.
I think, that one. General Ortega.
Wow, what an exclusive.
Right.
Giselle Bundchen.
I know her. I think. I'll say, right, this just in, guys. Firstly, 9/11 CIA, we'll tell you about it in a minute. I know her, mate. I know her.
I reckon.
We can trust this guy.
In all white for her first time back to the Met Gala as a single lady.
Single lady. So it's banal gossip. I bet that gazelle, she's superb, I imagine. Brilliant, beautiful, incredible. These are not critiques of these individuals. This is a critique of a sort of really crazy system where people are dressing up as cats and stuff for reasons that still seem confusing to me.
And our own Rhiannon Alley, gorgeous in all black. Lagerfeld, also known for his pearls. Serena Williams sporting
pearls. Lagerfeld, known for his pearls. Also, though, everything is collapsing. Everything. France is on fire. There are unnecessary
US
wars.
banks are collapsing seemingly every week now.
No banks now. All your money, it's gone. Meanwhile, you're spending $1,000 every year funding the military-industrial complex. Don't think about that, because we got a guy out of Dallas Buyers Club, but he's dressed as mouses. Look at that, though. Mouses. Like, it's not normal to have that happen.
It isn't.
I don't think so.
Her own on the carpet, Lizzo too. And Kim Kardashian wearing 50,000 freshwater pearls. Her dress took its makers 1,000 hours to complete. But
there's definitely nothing better that could have been done with that 1,000 hours.
No.
Like, we've lost touch. Again, these are not criticisms of these individuals. I know what it's like to be part of that world. I was briefly part of that world. But what I sense is that we are participating in a gala of banality while there are serious things that need to be addressed. And these things don't work either, even for the people that are going there. Hedonism doesn't really work, ultimately. It's like that, even though William Blake says the road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom, I think what Blake is saying is that through excess you recognise that the material world can never really fulfill you, and that the wisdom is, and again, this is not about asceticism and the denial of pleasure. I have no judgment about how other people live, whether they drink or whether they use drugs, although of course illegal drugs, while we're on YouTube you can't say stuff like that, or sex and sexuality and consensual situations, it's no one's business, etc. But this kind of orgasm of idiocy that sits at the heart of our culture, to me, seems like an indication that we're on the wrong path, perhaps. And look at this story. This is extraordinary because it ties us to a different time. Many of you love it when we have Graham Hancock on the show because he's willing to talk about Egyptology and culture and potential ancient civilizations from a different perspective. And I suppose what's fascinating about positing that we are not at the apex of the human phenomena right now, that human civilizations have risen and fallen before in the 300 million year history of our planet. Am I right? Is it 300 million years for Earth? You can Google that pretty simply, although you trusted. Like that, it's possible that there have been other civilizations that have fallen, and many people say that Graham Hancock is not responsible in the way that he presents evidence, but he's an amateur archaeologist, isn't he? And I think he presents some wonderful theories. Look at this, like they've taken some pharaoh out of his sarcophagus and given him his voice. I've given him his voice back. It's really, really funny because I'm confused by it. I'm confused by it as a concept, and it's certainly very confusing as a noise. And look at all of the pageantry that went on then. We're talking about the royal wedding, not royal wedding, coronation later this week, and the amount of pageantry that went on, and that goes on now. Ridiculous pageantry. Well, in those days, they would bury a pharaoh with their servants. They'd bury him with all sorts of artifacts and art and all that kind of stuff. Well, none of it's gone in there, dug him up. It's just oddly disrespectful. What do you reckon his voice was like, though? Let's get down his voice box and give him a new voice. Look at this bizarre piece of news.
Scientists were able to mimic Nessie Amun's voice by recreating his mouth and vocal cords with a 3D printer. It allowed them to produce a single sound.
Why? Let me rest! I didn't even like seeing these little tootsies down that hole, these little bare feet, all twizzled up by time. Leave him down there, in there, isn't it? Don't you? Should you?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Oh! That's the sound you could make at all culture. There's a copper kicking a bin in France. Oh!
I mean, what great revelation are they taking from this? I don't understand. Did they not think that someone back then could have made that noise?
It seems that this pharaoh, at least, was unhappy about being dug out of his tomb and made to speak thousands of years later. We are being sort of reduced to idiocy through the meter of our culture. It's dumbing down. That's what dumbing down feels like. Here's someone dressed as a cat. Here's a copper kicking a bin. Meanwhile, banks are collapsing, wars are going on, agitating China, encircling them with military bases. This experiment's not working properly. This is time for a radical reevaluation. Let us know. I mean, we're thinking about starting new communities. I believe Jared Leto tried a community, didn't he?
Wow.
But I don't know what went on.
Look at him now.
Ah! This is one of our... If ever you want to know where technology could potentially take you, this is an experiment to recreate a voice box that we've shown you before, but we'll show you again because it's not disgusting, but it looks disgusting and it sounds weird. Merry Christmas. What's that achieving? Yeah, it is disturbing.
It looks a bit like, with that mic in front of his mouth, he's like he's at the Met Gala and someone's gone, "What are you wearing today?" And he's just...
Will you be appearing as the Joker again? Where did you get those pearls? And did it take a long time to get those out of the bottom of the sea and then polish them and then turn them into a dress? Can we have 4 more years of Joe Biden? Can we have a press dinner where nobody mentions, when celebrating journalism, that Julian Assange is in prison without trial in the United Kingdom awaiting extradition? Because of the Espionage Act, because he revealed information that's definitely sensitive, but also, I would say, relevant to the American taxpayers who are paying for these wars. Remember, you are paying $1,000 every single year to the military-industrial complex. We're going to be bringing you a report about that later
So
this
you did
week.
There. You kind of turned that into a kind of drone, I would suggest.
To satire, Gaz.
Yes.
Very
good. Very good.
Oh, yeah, I can use my noise. Someone's pointed out that I've got this noise and I can use it whenever I want.
Oh, dear.
Like I don't have to do it myself anymore.
Yeah.
I could just like go. Yeah, I could turn it into. Go and ask me a satirical question about the news or something.
Do you think it's right that U.S. spy planes should fly close to China when there was all that furore about the spy balloon in America?
Yeah, satire, biting satire that we're delivering here. We just mentioned that banks are failing all over the gaff. Here's another one. Look, another bank's failed. Let's have a look at that. Look, First Republic Bank collapsed, spurs fears for banking system and broader economy. Is that good news?
It's not great news, no. So it's 3 of the 4 largest bank failures in US history have taken place over the last 2 months.
No way! This is worse than the ones
sound good.
In 2008.
These are 3 of the 4. So we've had 3 collapse in the last few weeks or few months.
Don't you worry about a thing.
BP are doing well, though.
They're doing very well.
British Petroleum, they're making profits. How's your electricity bill lately? Have you seen the electricity bills? They're not going up.
Exclusive.
Yeah? Wait a minute! Hold on! Wait a minute! Let me look at last year's one. We're still on YouTube. Can't express myself. Yeah, Barry, John M. Fox, they're crazy high. That was soothing. Yeah, it's always nice to hear a little bit of Stevie Wonder, isn't it, guys? You can join us on Locals. Just press the button if you do. We told you a minute ago, US spy planes are over Taiwan. Taiwan want to have a war with China. I want to have a war with China.
They're in that Taiwan Strait, which is that bit of sea right between China and Taiwan.
Don't go in there.
Well, it's agitating them, isn't it?
It's going to annoy China. You know they don't like that. You know, like, what would that be like going in the Gulf of Mexico where BP like to spill their British petroleum, slosh that all about over a birdie beak?
Right.
US ready to help Philippines resupply ship in South China Sea. That's going to annoy them.
Yep.
That's going to annoy him, that. But let's see what the world's best and handsomest politician is saying. Trudeau's questioned even Trudeau didn't believe that freedom convoy was as bad as he was saying it was.
This is his staffers who didn't believe
it. Even his people that work for Trudeau?
Yeah, so the people that work for him were, like, behind, I guess, closed doors, were kind of like, I'm not sure he should be doing this.
Do you, with Justin Trudeau, always think, is it Trudeau?
Yes, I do think that all the time.
Have you ever heard those sort of conspiracy theory type sounding things saying that he's Fidel Castro's lad?
Oh, yeah.
The conspiracy theory type things.
We wouldn't be interested in that then, would we?
No, not actual conspiracy theory. I mean, also, look, always with a conspiracy theory, let me know if you agree with this, guys, in the chat. Does it make any bloody difference?
Right.
Like whatever you think about Cuba, socialism, Fidel Castro and all that, Fidel Castro was not like a player on the world stage able to get people in via the WEF. He faced pretty heavy sanctions from the US. Like, whatever Cuba are doing over there, America were not into it. America were like, hell, this is all part of our globalist scheme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Fidel Castro, and I'm well aware of the human rights issues over there in Cuba.
Judge Trudeau on what he actually does rather than
judge him on what he was, not who his dad is or isn't.
Might have been.
Yeah, just because he looks a little bit like him conveniently, really. Should we leave? Listen, guys, I think we're going to leave. If you're watching us on YouTube or Elon Musk's citadel of free speech, that is Twitter, we're going to leave you now because we're going to speak to Max Blumenthal, who's a fantastic journalist, absolutely fantastic. He founded Grayzone. He founded it, and then he bloody well edits it.
Wow.
Look what I founded. Didn't found it, like find it. He founded it, like, it's foundation. Yeah. Then he edits it.
Right.
Nice, isn't it?
Have you ever thought you might start editing this?
No, mate. I find it too hard.